Welcome to you all at home.
Both McLaren start on the medium, feeling strong ahead of the race.
You've still got a chance to win this race, haven't you?
Just drive. I wanna be the only one to make you alive. I'll take it to the edge where I've lived 1,000 lives.
When I brake very late, to open up the left hand.
Fascinating race ahead.
Welcome to day 3 here in Barcelona, and we've hit the halfway point in pre-season testing. The teams are ramping up their programmes as that first race in Australia fast approaches. Today was the day that the redesigned seal would be fitted to the McLaren Honda. Would it change their fortunes? Well, after only 21 laps on Thursday, Jenson Button was hoping for much more from today, but just over an hour into the day, he stopped on track, reporting a loss of power. It was 90 minutes before he could get back out for another handful of circuits, and the McLaren spent the majority of the afternoon in the garage, as the revised seal that was supposed to resolve their issues didn't. Button got out for a few reduced power runs, but every day sees them slip further behind. Jenson, we keep hearing about a seal being the issue at the moment for McLaren. Is it that straightforward? What's your understanding of the problem?
Big flippers, no.
Sadly, no clapping at the moment, no.
Yeah, that was an issue, yeah, over the last couple of days, and we had a similar problem this morning. So this afternoon's running ended up being aero testing and a couple of pit stop practices.
So from what you've seen, what's your season going to be like?
If the race was tomorrow, it would be tricky, but we've still got 5 days of testing left, so hopefully 5 good days of testing. Yeah, today's tricky. Yesterday wasn't too bad, obviously some more mileage and able to do some setup work, but yeah, I haven't actually driven the car in anger yet, so hopefully I'll get a chance.
Lewis Hamilton was still under the weather, but he took the W06 out for 101 laps. His fastest time was on the medium tyres, but was still good enough for P3 on the board. Those who went quicker were on the super soft tyre, suggesting the Mercedes is still a long way out in front of its rivals. How are you feeling today?
Again, the same as yesterday. There's been better days.
But in terms of being in the car today, what's your feeling at the end of today?
I don't really have a lot of feeling. It was a hard day. I'm glad I got 100 laps. I'm glad I got some time in the car, and the guys are working incredibly hard here and also back at the factory, and we're just trying to get mileage and trying to slowly understand I'd say the biggest issue is the tyres. You know, they just don't work. They're so hard. Yeah, they're not spectacular.
Was that the plan today then, to see what you could get out of those mediums? Didn't get a quick lap on the softs then in the end?
We weren't looking for a quick lap. We're just driving around trying to set up changes and those kind of things.
Did you manage to complete the whole programme today that you wanted to?
Yeah, we definitely got everything we needed to do done today. Of course, naturally, if the weather had been better, we probably would have got more mileage, but considering the weather, it's been a great day.
The day ended with the Lotus at the top of the timesheet. Pastor Maldonado on the super soft tyre recording a 1:24.348. After a torrid 2014, Lotus seemed to have taken a step forward with the Mercedes power unit. Second time you've topped the timesheets and set the pace. This is clearly a better car than you had last year. How's it feeling to drive?
I'm quite happy because we've been working so hard through the winter to try to achieve a good car. We've been working very deep in the big problems we had last years, and yeah, I think there is a clear improvement. For sure, it's early days still. We still need to work very hard to get at the bottom of all the single particulars in the car. We are learning a lot, but at the same time having very positive days, especially for the reliabilities. We are quite surprised that everything with the car is running quite good.
Very different to a year ago, but how much is down to Mercedes' power, do you think?
I think a lot, but from the other hand, we've been designing from long time this car to try to adapt the engine to the car. You know, it's a complete package. It's not only an engine or a car. It's a complete package which is working together at the moment.
So Jolien, had a full day's running yesterday in the Lotus. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was first day in the car in the Lotus until second day for me ever in a Formula One car, and it was really good. It was a relatively smooth day, racking up 77 laps, building up to it, and doing a bit of data work as well for Lotus in the morning. So it was a good day and productive, I think, and eager to get back in the car already.
What sort of feedback did you get from the team at the end of the day as well?
It was all really positive, I think. It was. Obviously, I've worked with the guys before in the simulator, but it was the first time I worked with them in a proper thing. So, but it was good. I think the running we did as well was very useful. We had a few systems checks and some data collecting to do as well. So it was all positive. And then for me as well, just building up experience in a Formula One car and giving them the feedback. I think they were very happy with it. So I was very happy from my side as well. So it was a good first day.
Sauber's consistent running on the track so far came to an abrupt halt on day 3 when a gearbox issue meant no morning running at all for Marcus Ericsson. Once out in the afternoon, he completed 53 laps. So Marcus, frustrating day for you overall. What did you manage to get out of it?
Yeah, it was not the best day of our pre-season, that's for sure. Obviously we missed more or less the whole morning, and then in the afternoon the weather was not perfect. We had some rain now and then, and also the car, we had some issues going on all afternoon really. So yeah, it was not the best of days, but still it's good to have these days now instead in the season. So we still learn from it, and we have plenty of data to look through tonight as well.
You hand the car over to Felipe again for tomorrow. So what's your feeling leaving here? Is your confidence in the car gone up? Are you getting to know it better? Do you still feel you've got a lot to learn?
Yeah, we can always improve, but I think we continue to do a good job in the pre-season, and I think from day one in Jerez until now we're always making progress every day. And obviously for me as well, getting to know the team, getting to know how they work, how they want me to work is very, very important, and we're making steps forward all the time. So yeah, I'm getting more and more confident, and I'm sure after next week we will be 100% ready to go to Melbourne.
Red Bull were again trying race simulations, this time with Danny Kvyat in the car, lapping at around 1 minute 29 on the medium tyres, similar times to his teammate Daniel Ricciardo the previous day. But once the softs went on, they only lasted around 10 laps. So some consistent running with the Renault power unit, but still behind on performance. Christian, how's your test programme going so far, would you say?
Yeah, no, we had a very good day yesterday, 140 so laps, a race distance, so yeah, it was a positive day. Daniel ended up quickest. It doesn't mean anything at this time of year, but it's still good to see a Red Bull at the top of the times.
Yeah, good number of laps in yesterday, trying to get reliability back. What about the issues that you had been having previously, and what have Renault said at the moment?
Well, I think, you know, all the guys at Renault and back in Milton Keynes are working incredibly hard to try and get on top of these issues, and we can see we've made a bit of a step since the first step in Jerez. You know, great to get a race distance under your belt at this time of year. It was something we could have only dreamt of last year. So already we're in better shape than we were 12 months ago. And of course, it's now about fine-tuning and developing the package we have. This isn't the car that will be on the grid in Melbourne. You know, there's more updates and evolutions to come, but certainly positive.
Does that give the team a bit of a boost when you see that you can do a race simulation as you did here yesterday? And as you say, this time last year we were nowhere near in that shape, yet still won 3 races.
Well, it's great to get some of the homework out of the way, and you know, plenty of pit stop practice for the guys as well. They're doing the same again, you know, today. So so yeah, no, very positive, and good to get that kind of mileage, you know, on the car.
So plenty of laps today. What was the program? What did you do? What did you learn?
We learned many good things. So
like what?
Like that we can do many laps. Yeah, it was. We were pleased to see also yesterday with Daniel and today with myself. We did, I think, a lot of laps today. So it was very, very consistent running, useful for us. A lot of information, and it's. I think definitely last year was at this stage a lot tougher, but of course everyone else is also making steps forward. But we are we are also making many laps, and as many as we can make, I think the more useful it's going to be for us in the future.
I mean, of course it's better than this time last year, but compared to where you finished in Abu Dhabi or where the Red Bull Racing finished in Abu Dhabi, is it quick enough yet?
Oh, well, I mean, very early to make this kind of predictions. It's even though we're getting closer and closer to Australia, it's still early days, and no one, I think, really knows where they are, apart of maybe some teams. But yeah, we're doing our job. We have many people in the team, which all of them are doing their best, including myself, and we are hoping to get ourselves in the best shape for Australia.
Williams put Massa in the car in the morning and Bottas in the afternoon. They had some interruptions to their day, but adjusted their programme, having seen wet weather forecast today and a dry day tomorrow. That meant pit stop practice for Bottas as we wait to see what the Williams really has to offer. So, Valtteri, lots of pit stops for you today. Was that the programme, the plan for this afternoon?
Yeah, well, we had pretty much the whole day, really, full of pit stops, first with Felipe and then with me, so everything was planned. And, well, originally we planned it for Sunday, but because the weather was more tricky today, we decided to do it today.
Were you able to suss out, as you went round, coming back in for all those pit stops, about the handling of the car? We saw some tricky moments through the chicane.
Yeah, today was tricky. I just really had one short run in the end with a little bit better set of tires. Otherwise it was just old tires from previous days, so I didn't get a proper feel of the car today. But yeah, tomorrow I have the whole day and the weather should be good.
Yeah, you've got one more day in the car here before you go. How do you feel at the moment about the car? Where do you feel it's at?
It's too early to say. It's you know, today I couldn't really get a proper feel where we are, and you never know what the others are doing. So maybe tomorrow I can say a bit more, but I think next week everyone might maybe, you know, show a bit more where they are, but we'll see.
We were used to seeing Williams not do much running on a Friday morning practice at race weekends and then come out and do a really quick qualifying lap. Are we going to see something similar this year from you guys? You'll come out in Australia and you'll be right up there with Mercedes again?
Well, I really hope so, but it's, you know, this is testing and we're just really trying to do the best things for us that we think is going to help us the most to be in the most competitive shape in Melbourne. And yeah, I really hope we have enough speed there to have a good fight for the wins, but that's too early to say.
Despite his early off into the gravel and lift back to the pits in the course car, Sebastian Vettel was busy for the rest of day 3. He passed the 100 lap mark for the first time in pre-season as the Ferrari again ran consistently.
Do you feel that the performances are growing, are improving?
It's a little bit, you have to go day by day. It's difficult to say because today was quite cold, so maybe not as good as the days before, but then again it's the same for everyone. But the most important thing, as I said, the car continues to run without any big problems. For sure there's some little bits here and there which we need to work on, but it's about really understanding, you know, the car, and then make the right adjustments for the final test and hopefully for Melbourne as well.